Hi, I'm Janine, and welcome back to Scorpio Moon Astrology. I wonder how many of you out there have been asking yourselves this question lately. Why am I even questioning this? Everything's fine. If you have, you are already in the heart of this new moon in Cancer that's happening on July the 14th. And the main theme here is before you keep going, check your heart. We have a lot to get into. So without further ado, class is in session. Cancer is often described as emotional, nurturing, and intuitive. And of course, this new moon is landing at almost 22 degrees of Cancer. But it's not simply asking us to feel more. It's asking us to stop long enough to make sure our feelings haven't been left behind. Think back to the first question I had. Why am I questioning this? It's possible you need to. Let's take a look at the actual chart. Okay. For the past several months, we've been building towards something, and that has to do with everything up here in Aries. Neptune has challenged us to imagine a different future. Saturn has asked us, can this vision become something real, and how are we going to build it? Pallas Athena strategizes it, and Vesta, well, she's asking us to devote ourselves to what truly matters. And now the new moon is coming up and saying, how do you really feel about where you're going? And it may sound obvious, but it's not because Mercury is retrograde and Mercury retrograde is sitting on top of this new moon. So this is a time where we have to consider or reconsider where we've been going. Conversations may pause, old memories may come up. We may be turning inward. That's where the conversation's actually happening. So before you can explain yourself to someone else, are you actually being honest with yourself? That is what this is asking us. And this is super important because this moon is out of bounds, meaning it's delineated well above the normal zone where most planets function. It's not working in the normal emotional frameworks that we're used to. Feelings might seem larger than usual. They may be more difficult to ignore. You might just get emotion about something that's perfectly normal to you most of the time. It doesn't mean anything's wrong, but it does mean your emotions deserve your attention. Okay. Here's another fascinating thing about this, the part of fortune. I don't use it all the time, but it's most certainly in play with this Capricorn superstellium. And it's asking, are you really happy? Are you happy with the way things are going now, or are you just telling yourself you should be? And those are not the same things at all. Um, Maybe you've reached your goal. Maybe you stayed committed to something that you really thought you want, a job, a relationship, just a direction that you're going in because it felt right. And on paper, it looks great. So why does it feel off? Why aren't you really happy now that you've reached it? And it's really easy to dismiss those feelings. It's really easy to say, this is what I wanted and I've gotten it, and this is what happiness is supposed to look like. But Mercury is asking you if you've confused the picture of happiness with the experience of it. Um, so you've gotten there, and now your heart is asking you to stop. It's asking you to take a look at this. You may realize you've been saying yes to something that doesn't really excite you anymore. You might be defending something that you honestly really have reservations about. Um, or you might simply be saying, of course, I'm fine. Everything's fine. And some people may know that fine is an acronym that means anything but. So here's we get into the shadow side of this new moon. Cancer wants to protect what it loves. And sometimes that means protecting ourselves and others from difficult conversations. Sometimes it means hiding those feelings. We don't really want to examine. Um, Sometimes we want to revise the story. And uh, it's when we kind of get into toxic positivity is really a potential here. Um, if you're saying, I should be happy, I should be grateful, I shouldn't be questioning my path. Why? Okay. Why? Maybe this is really the wake-up call that you need. There's a huge difference between resilience and emotional avoidance. And that is what this new moon, if you find yourself caught in this trap, is asking you to take a really strong look at. One thing I do want to point out about this is normally we would also be looking at the ruler of the moon, but the moon is in its rulership. So there's nowhere else to look on this chart. This is basically, this is it. The moon's not even making that many strong aspects in this chart. I know it's hard to see here, but it's not. If it were, I'd be pointing it out. This is what we have to work with, and this is what this new moon is asking. Are you really happy, or do you need to reconsider the direction you've been going in? I really hope that you've enjoyed today's new moon lesson. Remember, this is a mundane moon report. It's meant for everybody. Depending on how this new moon interacts with your chart, it's going to show up different for just about everybody. If you would like more information on that, please check out my website. The link is below in this show's notes. I have all kinds of reports and services that will help you out. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep looking at the stars.